Most traders lose money before the market even opens. Not because their strategy is wrong, not because they picked the wrong pair, not because of the news. Because they sat down at their desk already broken, already carrying yesterday's loss, already tense from the overnight move they didn't catch, already anxious about a position they're holding. You are fighting the market and your own biology at the same time, and your biology always wins. Today, we are going to fix that, not with motivation, not with a pep talk, with a clinical, non-negotiable morning reset that strips every ounce of emotional bias before you touch a single chart. This is called the pattern interrupt, and it will change the way you trade. Your brain runs on patterns. Every morning you wake up, your nervous system scans for familiar signals and loads the emotional state that goes with them. If yesterday was a losing day, your brain wakes up in loss mode. Cortisol is elevated, threat detection is high. You are not in a neutral state. You are already in survival mode before the session even starts. A pattern interrupt is exactly what it sounds like. It's a deliberate action or sequence of actions that breaks the neurological loop your brain is stuck in. It forces your nervous system to reset, to stop running yesterday's program, and to load a new one. Calm, focused, clinical. Elite athletes do this before every game. Surgeons do this before every operation. The best traders in the world do this before every session. The difference between a trader who compounds consistently and one who blows up every few months is almost never their technical strategy. It's their pre-session state. Your technical analysis is only as good as the mental state you bring it to. A perfect setup executed from a reactive, fearful mind will always produce a bad trade. Let's talk about what's actually happening in your body. When you've had a losing session, your cortisol levels spike and stay elevated, sometimes for 18 to 24 hours. Cortisol is your stress hormone. It narrows your focus, increases impulsivity, and makes you prioritize short-term relief over long-term outcomes. Sound familiar? That's revenge trading. That's over-leveraging. That's closing a winning trade too early because you're scared. All of it, cortisol. On top of that, your brain's reward system becomes hypersensitive after a loss. It starts craving a win, any win, to rebalance. This is why traders widen their risk after a loss. The brain is literally pushing you toward dangerous behavior to get a dopamine hit. You cannot think your way out of this. You cannot will your way through it. You have to physically interrupt the biological state first, then trade. The pattern interrupt is how you do that. Here is the exact sequence. 5 steps, non-negotiable. Do all 5 before you open a single chart. Step 1, the physical break, 5 minutes. Before anything else, move your body. 10 push-ups, a short walk, jump rope, stretching. Physical movement is the fastest known way to lower cortisol and increase BDNF, a protein that literally improves cognitive function. 5 minutes of movement makes you measurably smarter and calmer. This is not motivational advice. This is neuroscience. Step 2, the gratitude anchor. 2 minutes. Write down 3 things on paper. 1, something that went right in your last session, even something small. 2, one rule you followed correctly. 3, one thing you're grateful for outside of trading. This forces your brain out of threat mode and into growth state. 2 minutes. Paper, not your phone. Step 3, the bias purge. 3 minutes. Write down every assumption you have about today's session. I think gold is going up. I missed the move yesterday. I need to make back last week's losses. Write them all down, then cross them out. You are not deleting your analysis. You are deleting your emotional attachment to outcomes. You are entering the session as an observer, not a participant with an agenda. Step 4, the rules recitation. 1 minute. Read your trading rules out loud, every single one. Maximum risk per trade, maximum daily loss, entry criteria. Not in your head, out loud.
Verbalization activates a different part of the brain than silent reading. It creates commitment. It creates accountability. Step 5. The intention statement. Before you open the charts, say this: "Today, I trade the process, not the outcome. I follow my rules regardless of what the market does. A loss that follows my rules is a win. A win that breaks my rules is a loss." Then open the charts. You are now in a different state than 99% of traders who just rolled out of bed, checked their phone, saw a big move, and jumped in.
You might be thinking, I don't have time for this. I'll do it when I feel like I need it. That thinking is exactly why it won't work. The days you feel like you don't need it are often the days you need it most. Overconfidence is a neurological state too. A big winning week elevates dopamine and creates recklessness. The pattern interrupt works both ways. It resets you from fear and from overconfidence. The traders who do this inconsistently get inconsistent results. The traders who treat it like a pre-flight checklist, the same way a pilot checks instruments before every flight, not just the ones they feel nervous about, those traders compound. Skipping the reset is like turning off your stop-loss. It feels fine until it isn't. You now have the full pattern interrupt sequence. 5 steps, 12 minutes total. Physical break, gratitude anchor, bias purge, rules recitation, intention statement. Do this every single session. Not when you feel bad, every session. Your technical strategy hasn't changed, your setups haven't changed, but the mind executing them will be completely different. And in trading, execution is everything. If this gave you something real, subscribe. New video every week. We go deep on the mental side of trading that most channels are too afraid to talk about. See you in the next one.